What
Hello.
what up, baby?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm chilling.
Uh, Look, I was a little rude last time. I didn't ask you your pronoun.
Oh, yeah, they them is my pronouns. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Thanks for
Okay.
asking.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. I realized that was a mistake.
Oh, it's all
My,
good. Yeah, I
my chat
appreciate it.
shown me. My chat shown me. They said we're gonna go follow Usaho. How do you say your name? You.
USA hole. Yeah,
Oh, USA ho.
yeah. Cause the
Because
USA
US.
and
I get it.
yeah.
See, you're not that bad. I heard that liberals are super bad.
I'm
You're
I'm not a liberal though. There's difference between liberals and leftists. I
okay.
don't like liberals that much either. So.
Okay, can you like what's the biggest difference? Because I don't know, man. I think this ideology, like, you see, my English is a second language to me, so maybe
Okay.
there's a little bit of difference in the way we understand words.
Yeah, no,
What's the
no.
difference between lefty and liberal?
It's a common misconception. Liberals are capitalist and leftists are anti-capitalist. So we have the same. We only have the same beliefs on like social issues, like
Okay,
trans
okay.
issues
What
and
about
gay rights, stuff like that. But like
there's a lot of
uh,
left. There's a
foreign.
lot of there's a lot of liberals. Okay, so this is how I'm understanding. There's a lot of liberal like my thing is there's a lot of lefties that they say they're lefty, but I really think they're more liberal than they're lefty because in the end they're pro US empire, they're pro US intervention. They sit
Yeah,
there
I'm not any
arguing
of that. I'm
so
not
you're
pro you.
anti.
Yeah, I am anti U.S. intervention. Yeah, I'm anti
So you're a real
empire.
left.
Yeah, I'm a real lefty. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
I
Anyone
just think
who is pro like intervention is definitely not a leftist. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't consider them like.
are you sure? Because I see I've been doing the stream a little bit. You know, we're streaming a little bit every day. Man, I'm happy you have a lot of viewers, man. That's pretty amazing. How long you been streaming?
I've been streaming for since March of 2021.
See, that's amazing. That's a good progress. So I've been
Yeah.
streaming very recently, and I've been watching a lot of the Vanguard and a lot of these lefty, I'm gonna quote unquote lefty, liberal, like lefty channels,
Mm-hmm.
and I see them non-stop talking shit about other lefty channels and their pro-U.S. empire.
Yeah.
For example, let me just give you an example. USA. For example, recently the Vanguard did a talk with Vosh about when is the perfect drone strike, and to me that's fucking terrifying. Like, these are lefties, they're supposed to be lefties, but they're really social liberals, and
Yeah, I don't
they're really
know.
not lefty because they're pro US empire.
I don't know that much about Vosh to know exactly what he believes or anything. So yeah, I'm not sure if that. I wouldn't think they would be down with shit like that, but maybe they are. That's not like maybe they were joking. I don't know.
Okay, okay, yeah, I know it's a little crazy for me to say this, and I know it's a little hard to believe. But let's say Vosh was arguing for the perfect drone strike. Is that something a lefty should be doing?
Fuck no. We make fun of shit like that
Right?
constantly. Yeah, like we have a meme in the community about liberals who say more women drone pilots. Like as in like
Yikes!
if a
Yeah, yeah, I
woman
get.
is driving the drone pilot, then
Yeah,
it's better. You know what I mean? Like it's a
it's
joke.
like that meme with the airplane, but our democratic airplane has
Oh
the
right,
pride
and it
flag.
has the pride
It's
flag
dropping the
on it.
same weapon.
Right, dropping the same bombs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's leftist memes. Yeah.
So I think this is where the divide starts because I don't know who's lefty and who's right. Who do you watch on YouTube?
Um. Well, I don't watch YouTube that much anymore. I mostly watch Twitch now. I started out watching actual Jake and Hannah Reloaded and Hassan on YouTube. I also watched Vosh for a little bit, but not as much as the other ones I'm mentioning. Um,
Sweet, sweet. I just want to know because I think I know exactly what your perspective is depending on who you watch.
okay.
Like you told me you used to watch Hassan, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see, so yeah, extremely social liberal, and I don't know. To me, Hassan is actually pro cops because he was talking about that when he was anti-trucker, he was hoping that the
Anti-trucker.
cops would beat. Remember when he was talking about the truckers being right wingers, and he was like, I hope these cops would beat them up a little bit like they beat our skateboarders.
I mean, I think a lot of that is just joking around. Like, we joke around a lot on the left and say things that are inflammatory, but it's just supposed to, it's a joke. Like, that sounds like something that's just a joke. Like, obviously, we hate police brutality, and we hate the police, and we're ACAB all fucking day,
But you were actually against, were you with or were you against the trucker? The Canadian trucker.
I thought they were stupid, but I didn't really give a fuck about them either way. I covered it and thought made fun of it and stuff, but I wouldn't want the police to beat them up or anything.
Okay, you recognize that's a little too much, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. At least we agree there. Yeah, I don't agree that the truckers were stupid. I think they were having an issue and they found the only avenue they could voice their voice, their opinions.
I mean, what were they even mad about? Like, weren't they mad
I'll
about
exactly.
taking precautions in the pandemic or something?
And I think this is the biggest divide that the thing is the actual essence of why they were protesting is what's being lost here, because everyone keeps saying they're right or whatever. So this is the essence of the protest. As a Canadian driver, as a Canadian truck driver, if you do not get vaccinated, you cannot leave or you cannot come back into Canada after you leave to the United States. You get me? So a lot of these truck drivers, their literal job is to go across borders, and some of them they were very healthy, and so, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is very clear. Truckers are, I mean, you would say they're conservatives, right?
I mean, I don't know. Some of them are. I'm sure there's
I know
good, truckers that are left
I know
also.
truckers socially. Yeah, sure.
I don't know
But
any truckers, so I don't know.
Mostly,
but yeah,
mostly they're socially conservative.
Yeah, well, also, I'm pretty sure in Canada, like 90% of the truckers were vaccinated. It was just like the small 10% that was anti-vax
True.
and I think they were just anti-vax because of like propaganda that they fell for.
No, I'll explain to you why they were anti-vax. I'll explain to you. Because
Okay.
it started off, they needed one shot and they were vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
Then they needed two shots because one shot, even if you had one shot, after a certain amount of time, it expired. So
Yeah,
they needed to get another
wears
one.
off. That's true. Yeah.
So they realized that this is going to go on forever, and they're non-stop gonna take shots, and they have to non-stop adhere to examinations, and to them it made their job almost impossible to do. Let's not even talk about the risk of taking the vaccine. I don't even want to talk about that over the risk of taking corona. But let's just talk about the bureaucracy, the risk of taking the vaccine over the risk of having.
There isn't a risk. Like
Sure.
there's no evidence
don't-
that like any bad side effects from the vaccine has ever happened.
So did you watch? I know Jimmy Dore was covering this.
Oh
There's
God,
this-
I hate Jimmy Dore.
This
Yeah.
comedian, I know, but this comedian, she was making a joke about COVID and collapsed on stage, and it was because she took a vaccine. Literally, that's what her doctor told her. It was consistent with what happened. It was 2 weeks after she got it. Look, this is why I don't want to argue this because I know it might take out my channel.
Yeah, anyone
But,
could lie too and say that they passed out because of the vaccine. Like
It happened on stage.
Also, just passing out, I mean, that happens when you don't eat enough food or something. Like maybe she just didn't eat enough. Like could have been anything.
So
It's not like she
anyways,
had like medical problems after that or something.
Okay, well, she fractured her skull from the fall, and she talked to a doctor, and he said that it was consistent with other injuries of the VE, and it happened. He asked her, his only question was, how long before the VE did you get this fall? She said 2 weeks. He said that's exactly right. He said it's about 2 to 4 weeks. That's when people start passing out because of their heart. They just stops. Anyways, so I don't want to argue with this, but
What?
you recognize that
Okay.
it's very easy to move the goalpost on the vaccine, correct or not? On being vaccinated completely, is that correct?
Oh.
Like, because it started off as 1, 2
No,
months later
but
it was 2.
the thing is, we've always been vaccinated against disease. That's why, like, we've taken the polio vaccine. Like, you have to get vaccinated for diseases
You're
just to go
perfect.
to school. Like, just to go to public
Perfect.
school, you gotta get
clear.
vaccinated. So, like, that's normal. Like, I don't understand why
clear, that's
this is
clear.
different than that, you know?
So the difference is, man, I don't even know we can talk about this. I mean, do you recognize that there's new studies coming now about coronavirus and stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Like this is not a non-leaky vaccine. It's a different kind of vaccine than
Dark
when you
King.
say this is a polio. It's like we vaccinate against polio. Polio, you get vaccinated once and it's a lifetime thing. You never ever get into it. This is we're talking about. It becomes negative.
yeah, but
You become negative in protective T cells or whatever after a certain amount of time. We're talking about it provides zero protection after a certain amount of time. Like after 6 months of taking it, you have to take another one. It's a non-stop forever one. Are you willing to do something like that to keep a job?
yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit about getting vaccinated. I don't want to die from COVID. Like, if you get vaccinated, it prevents you from dying. So of course I'm gonna fucking get
Let's not even talk
vaccinated.
about the vaccine injury or COVID injury.
I'm
Let's
gonna
talk
I'm gonna
about-
do it for I'm do it on my own. I don't need a job to make me do it. Like, I don't want to die from COVID. That's what the whole point of the vaccine is, to
Do you recognize
stop you
that
from going to the hospital and at least dying. Like,
Is it possible that
Vaccine
constant?
injury.
Is it possible that constant shots open you up to risk of injury from these shots? Like I'm just saying, let's say.
Not that I know of.
So the nurse can't put air in your syringe and almost murder you.
okay, why
just
would
by
they do
mistake?
that? Like, if they
I'm
did
just saying
that,
it could
they
be a
would get caught and fucking go to jail.
All I'm saying is, why would you open
It's
yourself
illegal to
that
murder
much of a
people.
risk? Why would you open yourself to that risk? If let's say it's a 10% risk, okay? Why would you open yourself to that risk? Let's say it's
Why
a
would you
1%
open
risk.
yourself up to the risk of dying of COVID instead of just taking the vaccine? Like, it's way more of a risk than
Okay, you
like
actually- you wanna
somebody
argue that-
like trying to kill you for no reason. Like,
Do you want to argue this? Because they're saying that look, I don't know what gets us banned here, but they're saying mental states. What's up? They're saying that the average death of COVID is higher than the average life expectancy. Do you not understand what that means? That's like 88 is the average life, like the death age of COVID, and life expectancy is like 78 or something.
wait, I missed what you said. I was reading the
So
chat.
what I'm saying, the average age of people that died from COVID-19 is above the age of life expectancy in the U.S. That
Oh.
means they were older.
Okay.
That's the average.
That's the average, but there's like 4-year-olds that died. There's fucking 25-year-olds that die. There's all, there's anti-vaxxers dying every day of COVID of all ages.
Okay,
know,
USA hold.
Most people took the vaccine, so they're not dying, but
Recently, there was a study that came out, and it was a news article. They did a video about this. I think it was an Australian news channel that did this. Only 10% of the reported deaths from COVID actually came because of COVID. Every other 90% of the other deaths, they had cold morbidities, or they had. This is what they did.
Okay, I don't know how credible this shit
let me show you-
is, dude.
Let me show you the number. It was 990,000 cases, 198 deaths, 18 of them only from COVID. When they said 190 of them were from COVID, they realized 18 of them were only from COVID. The rest two were a combination, either cold morbidity and COVID, cold morbidity by itself, or cold morbidity and COVID together killed them. So like, basically, I'm trying to tell you is, whatever numbers that people died, cut that 90%. That's the true number of deaths. And then after
Okay.
that, you still get the average of death higher than the regular life expectancy for a regular human being in the US. So why are you that scared of COVID is my question. What scares you of getting COVID and dying? Do you have cold morbidity disease? And if not, are you all older than 80 years old?
no, but it's a lung disease, and my lungs are already fucked up from smoking so much. So, like, I'll probably fucking die if I get it, because my lungs are already fucked. If I get a lung disease on top of it,
That's fine. So
it won't be
not
good for
every-
me.
not every trucker is like you. They feel very healthy. They're very strong.
Healthy
They're-
people have died of COVID too. Like it doesn't matter. Like that shit that you
I
said
know.
sounds like a conspiracy, like from a conspiracy site or something. Like
What?
I
this
I
is a
look at
real-
what like scientists and doctors say. Like I don't know, like incredible doctors, not like the demon semen lady or like quack doctors. Because any quack doctor can say fucking anything.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, man. But okay, so what? The problem is you think what I'm telling you is a lie. It's really not a lie. Everything I'm telling you is 100% true. And so if you think you're gonna be able to like win this argument because I'm lying, I'm telling you this is all 100%.
I'm not trying to win anything. I'm just like, I've never heard what the thing you're talking about, and I look up
So
what the
anyways-
science consensus on COVID is, and I just go by that. Like if
So, anyways, now we recognize that the vaccine, being fully vaccinated, is a goalpost. It's movable. It's movable
Well,
like a goalpost.
it was a brand new disease, so like people didn't know exactly what was going on in the beginning, and now they pretty much know what's going on. So
Look, I would believe the USA if the CDC wasn't so, if the FDA wasn't so fake about releasing the documents they have for the vaccine, if they weren't trying to wait literally 75 years to release all the documents, I would believe what you're talking about, that it's brand new disease, that we need to study it long, but they won't even allow us to study. You understand
yes,
that you're not
do. All the
allowed
documents
to study.
are available.
No,
Like,
okay, well...
I've looked up a
maybe-
bunch of shit about COVID, and it's all available if you just look it up. Like all the vaccine, like there's on the CDC website, there's all the like deaths from COVID, and there's all that shit's available on the internet if you just look it up. It's just a lot of people don't want to look it up because they're
What
scared
stuff
of
is it?
being wrong.
Which
Like
stuff?
on the
No, I'll look
CDC
it up. Let's look it up,
website.
me and you.
Yeah, CDC website or whatever.
Okay,
like,
now they have all the documents out?
yeah, they always have. Like they weren't hiding anything.
No, there was a case. Did you hear about this? The FDA refused to release documents about their vaccine research. It was going to take them up to 75 years. The judge told them you only get 9 months.
No, I didn't hear about that. I don't know.
So I would believe
you have to
I would
show
believe
me
you.
evidence of that if
I'll
that's
show
the
you the
case.
evidence.
Yeah,
But
put
this
it
has
in
nothing
the-
to do with the with the argument. Anyway, I would believe that you're right. It's a brand new disease. Maybe we don't know how to fix it. But you're literally not allowed to research it. You're not allowed to give, for example, ivermectin as a medicine.
Because
to somebody
ivermectin doesn't
that-
do anything for
You're not
COVID.
Even, no, but you're not even allowed to study. You're not even allowed to study it. You understand that?
Yes, you are, dude. It's just it
No,
does.
no, you're not
they
allowed to
did
study it.
study it, and it does. It's
In Kansas,
it gets
if you
rid
give
of worms. It's a
Kansas-
dewormer.
No, in
Yes.
Kansas, if you gave ivermectin to
If
a
you have
patient,
worms, you can take
could
it.
go to jail. I'm not joking. If you gave ivermectin
Yeah,
to a patient,
because
you could go to jail.
you're a fucking. You don't know what you're doing if you give a patient
We're talking about doctors.
fucking ivermectin for COVID. It's a dewormer. If you have worms, then yeah, they would prescribe you ivermectin. But for COVID, it's a fucking. It
What do
doesn't
you mean?
do
Okay,
anything.
let's talk about this. So do you understand? Okay, now we're gonna talk about ivermectin.
You should get
So,
fired if
you're
you
about
try
get
to
destroyed.
fucking give somebody
You
ivermectin
cannot
for
argue
COVID.
ivermectin against me, man. I'm gonna really. I would really have. I mean, you would look really bad if I really argue ivermectin against you.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, we don't need to do this at all. It's not. You really believe it's a dewormer? I mean, it's on the
Dude.
WHO.
What do you mean? Do I really
14
believe
most-
it's a dewormer?
It's-
That's what they made. It
Okay,
won a Nobel Prize
okay.
for deworming. Like,
Okay, true. It's anti-parasitical.
Nobel
true, but
Prize
it's not
winner
just
for
worms.
humans.
Worms are not the only parasites. It's anti-parasitical, and it's an ointment. It could be in different ways, and they've resurfaced drugs before. You know how they've resurfaced, for example, Viagra to become a fucking cock thing. Instead, it used to be a heart medicine. Now it's a cock enlarger or whatever.
Right.
You know, so they can repurpose drugs. Now, what is ivermectin
Sure.
exactly? This is amazing. You
It's
even
dewormer.
recognize it found a Nobel Prize for how much disease it eradicated in its area. Why do you have so little trust in
yeah,
ivermectin?
it got rid of worms because I looked into
won't,
it.
it won't-
Because everybody was talking about it. I looked into it. It's a dewormer. It's for if you have stomach worms, then you take ivermectin.
Okay, this is not medical
it does
advice, by
it
the way.
does
None of this is medical
absolutely nothing for COVID. I've looked it up before.
None of this is medical advice. This is all my opinion. This is all from my own research. So I'm not telling anybody to. This is exactly what's happening. All I know is ivermectin is a Nobel
things.
Prize. Ivermectin is a Nobel Prize-winning medicine.
Mhm.
It
I know.
eradicated so much disease, and it's been repurposed multiple times. It just makes sense to me why you would try to repurpose ivermectin again. You get me?
Okay, but all the studies have shown that it doesn't help COVID, so why would you
What
prescribe
studies?
it?
You're not allowed to research it.
Yes,
You're not allowed to
dude,
research.
they researched it in the beginning, and they found that it doesn't do
beginning?
anything.
Okay,
for
in the beginning
COVID.
we didn't have the data that the FDA
Why-
is proving now. We needed that data first. You get me?
Yeah, like, dude, I don't know. Like, you're not giving me any evidence of any of this shit. You're just saying, like,
So
know.
you want me to bring you evidence that ivermectin
Yeah, put
cannot be studied?
Yeah, sure. I have from WebMD. Ivermectin doesn't help treat COVID-19. Large study finds. March 31st, 2022. Here, I'll give you this.
All right, send it.
All right, I'm putting it in the messages. There you go. It doesn't do anything. Like, I've looked into this shit before because all these people were talking. Joe Rogan and Alex Jones and what's the other guy you mentioned? Jimmy Dore, all shilling ivermectin and shit on their podcast. But when I looked into it, it does absolutely nothing to fight off COVID. So why would you prescribe it to somebody when it doesn't do anything? Like,
Okay, is
unless
it
they
possible
have
that-
worms or that,
I get it. Is it possible that they have other things? Like, for example, they try to repurpose monoclonals. Is it like the thing is, I don't know how we even got here. It's not ivermectin is not the only solution that wasn't even tested. It was a lot of other things. And
I don't know how we got
is
here either.
right now. My point is right now that the truckers have no way to do their job without getting consistently jabbed, and it's honestly not fair for them to have to do that. They're not even in a profession that needs that. You know what I mean? Like, I would get it. Maybe the nurses, even nurses, they quit their jobs. If you heard about that?
Yeah.
In New York, they refuse
because
to get
they're gonna go
vaccinated.
around infecting everybody. Like,
So even the nurses refused to. They understood that there was an illogical consistency in this. That I have to do this forever. I'm never ever fully vaccinated.
no,
And so they left their job.
They just believed a bunch of bullshit they read on the internet that wasn't real, and that's why they quit their job, because they, went down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, and then they thought, the vaccine kills people or this or that, there's all these like conspiracies about it that, it has all these side effects and this, there's like a mountain of conspiracies around this shit, and even nurses can fall into the conspiracy rabbit hole. So that's what happened. That's why they quit their jobs.
Yeah.
They believed a bunch of bullshit that wasn't real. They believed whatever they read on the internet because it fit their worldview at the time.
But you agree with me. You agree with me that you're never fully vaccinated. It always wears off. You agree with me.
Yeah, it wears
that
off, yeah.
The vaccine. You agree with me, like right
For
now,
now.
the vaccine is the only solution.
Well, that's all we have for now. I'm sure they're trying to work on like a one-time vaccine that will get rid of it, but for now, this is all we have. So that's what we need to do to fight it off.
So let's say that the truckers, not just 4 jabs, they needed a 5th jab. That's cool.
Yeah, whatever.
What about a 6th one, 6 months later?
I don't give
3
it.
months later,
Yeah,
6th one?
sure. I'm trying to get my 4th one, but I'm not allowed yet. And my shit's
Why are
probably
you not allowed? Why are you not allowed to get a 4th?
because there's like time limits between them or whatever. You have to wait. But
Why
I'm
do they
pretty
do
sure,
that?
because I got mine pretty early. I'm pretty sure my 3rd one's like wore off, so I'm getting nervous about it. So
Yeah.
I don't want to die from COVID.
So why do you think they won't let you get the fourth booster? Is it
Because
possible it could
they
hurt
say
you?
I'm not-
Is it possible it could hurt you? Is it possible?
I don't think so. I think it's just like, they have time limits for it or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I'm not
don't
a
know.
fucking scientist. I just
I
listen
know.
to what the scientists say, and then whatever the scientific consensus is, that's what I fucking.
And it doesn't bother you in any way that the scientific consensus is non-stop switching, that there's other like
Not when
other
it's a brand
scientists
new
are fixing-
disease that's like just
What about-
came out 2 years ago.
What about
yeah.
What about the Barrington Declaration, which is basically a different group of scientists? Let's call them right-wing scientists, whatever
Okay.
floats your boat. Okay,
Cool.
they were right-wing scientists with Malone and all those. I don't think Malone was actually part of them, but the Great Barrington Declaration said the best way to take care of this pandemic is to make it into an endemic and to make sure we vaccinate the elderly because they are the most prone, or whoever is most prone to get this disease. So they had this whole the Barrington Declaration, and they got laughed at and they got ridiculed, and now Bill Gates even is with them. He's like, I think the death rates are much smaller than we initially believed, and so now we should be only effectively vaccinating the most vulnerable.
Well, what the fuck does Bill Gates know? He's fucking.
Exactly. What the fuck does Bill Gates know? But
Yeah.
they brought him on. I know. Can you believe they come and ask Bill Gates, who's a fucking college dropout?
He's a fucking
about
he's a computer guy. What does he know about fucking
He's a-
pandemics and diseases and shit? I don't
fucking
know.
the college dropout. They bring him on TV so he can sell out more vaccines. So, anyways, so now this is the regular consensus: is that what you want to do is there is a less death rate. There might be still a death rate, but the death rate is much lower. The average is higher than the average life expectancy of a human being in the U.S. The death rate, the average death age of COVID, and so now the science is changing a little bit. Do you see that it's possible to change? Like, how do you? The problem is when you believe everything you're told. And I know this is a little tough, man, because we're in Twitch and we have to just let it happen. But do you recognize it's very easy for you to make mistakes and stuff like that? Like we always need that ability to always do our own research, even if it hurts other.
Yeah, sure, but you can't like just believe anything that fits your worldview because it makes you feel better. Like you. That's why I listen to scientific consensus and not just like random. People,
you're right.
random groups or whatever,
You're right. That's why I also listen to scientific consensus. Now my consensus might be not as popular as yours, but it also it
the
still
consensus
exists.
means like what they all agree on.
Yeah, well, all the Great Barrington Declaration scientists agree on that. They all signed a piece of paper called the Great Barrington Declaration.
All right.
They all agreed on it, but it's just but they had to be smeared. I don't know. You might not even know this, but basically what I'm telling you is there's different consensus. You know what I mean? There's different communities of doctors and stuff.
Yeah, I understand that, but I like what the majority of how 99% of scientists say that climate change is happening, and we have like 6 years to do something about it before it becomes irreversible. I believe them because 99% of them are saying that. Like, I don't believe the 1% that says, "Oh no, it's not even real." They're getting paid to say that.
You actually believe climate change?
Fuck yeah! What do you mean? It's the scientific consensus that we have 6 years before it becomes irreversible.
And what's your solution? Net zero by 2050? Net zero emissions by 2050?
Yeah, lower the temperature. Like, do whatever the fuck we have to do to, like, stop the corporations from polluting and,
So right now the USA
get off of fossil fuels. There's all kinds of... The solution is, like, a big, complicated thing. Yeah, it's not just one thing.
But, so you understand what the net zero by 2050 means, right? That means basically it's exactly what happened to the Dutch farmers. They had to this is the exact policy in the Netherlands is the exact policy we're going to follow in the USA. We're trying to reach net zero emissions by 2050. I think they were trying to do the same thing, and they're trying to reduce 50% of their emissions by 2030. We're only doing 40%. So look what happened to the Dutch farmers. About 30% of the farmlands are going to be now privatized. You're not even allowed to farm on them. Like basically, what they're doing
Okay.
is they're using the climate change to hurt industries that are not like the leading industries in creating climate change. You get me? So they're using it to kind of take control and
Well, if
so
you
I
know,
don't like the net
if
zero
it's gonna
emission.
save the planet and save the human race, then yeah, we should probably
If you want to
fucking
save the
do
planet,
it.
then you have to stop
Well, the planet's gonna be
the
fine,
fossil fuel.
but people are gonna be the ones that are fucked. Like the human race is gonna get fucked if climate change. Like the planet will still be around after we're extinct, but climate change is gonna fuck humans like pretty bad to where we'll probably be done as a species or whatever. But
So every time you talk, you say whole. It sounds to me like you're very scared of dying.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah.
Like your whole goal in life is to not die, but you are gonna die. You know that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not you gotta have goals. Not a bad goal to have, don't die. It's
No, I'm just saying like
I mean,
if your compass is the death, it's very hard to happen. That's never. It's almost impossible for that to happen. And when it does
I
happen,
mean, I'm gonna
it doesn't
die. I
matter.
know I'm gonna die eventually. I'm just trying not to make it earlier than it has to be.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fear-based arguments coming from you. For example,
Yeah, because there's a lot of fucked
le-
up shit going on. Like climate change, people should be scared of it. Like it's gonna fuck the human race. Like
but don't you feel like we could be too nihilistic in this approach and almost lose hope and let things just run wild?
not if we do something about it. We have 6 years to fucking do something about it still. So if we could get money, maybe get the politicians to actually fucking do something instead of just posturing and like doing meaningless gestures, like the Paris Climate Accord, then yeah, we could actually do something about it and survive as a species.
Yeah, but the solutions you have are not real solutions. The
They
vaccine
are.
is gonna be consistently changed. The climate change, you're gonna have to consistently lower fertilizer use and cows up to the point where you literally don't have them anymore. Instead of just close down the biggest company polluting.
They're trying to take your
Like the
cows.
solutions. The
Yeah,
solutions
no.
are so wrong for the actual problem. You get me? Like
I don't know if you know exactly what the solutions are. Like they're not getting rid of all cows. It's just changing the cow's diet so they're not like.
yeah, it's called organic farming, and you're not even allowed to have certain kinds of fertilizer, which is the same fertilizer we've used for years.
Okay, if it's gonna fucking save the human race, then we should probably do it.
Okay, but why do the farmers have to save the human race? Isn't it Mercedes' fault? Isn't it Exxon Mobil's
Because they're
fault?
humans.
Isn't
They
it?
should be concerned about like if they have children. Are they gonna just say, "Well, I had these children, but fuck them. I'm gonna be dead by the time climate change really kicks in." So, like, I don't know. I guess if you don't care about other humans and shit, like,
Yo, Megski, they're comfortable as fuck, bro. But yeah, Yusahol, let me ask you this: do you do cooking streams and stuff?
cooking streams. I make cereal on stream sometimes.
Let me guess. Let me guess. Cocoa Puff.
No, the Cheerios
The
or
ra- the
Cinnamon
rainbow-
Toast Crunch. Yeah, I fuck with Lucky Charms sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry. I just did a cooking stream today. But yeah, it was exciting. It was good. We did a fucking amazing pizza,
Cool.
bro.
Yeah, I don't have a working stove. My landlord still hasn't come to fix
Bro,
it.
you get so many viewers. I'm sure some of them can donate. Like, you have
I'm not that worried about having a stove. I just eat whatever's fast anyway, because I don't really. I'm not a
It's
good
amazing.
cook or anything.
I'm trying to get a consensus between me and you on any point. Can we agree on anything? Is there a God?
No. Do you
No
agree
God
with
at
that?
all?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't died yet, but
So let me ask you this question.
I bet it's
and
if there is, it's not one of these man-made like fairy tale like storybook gods or whatever. It's probably something we couldn't even comprehend. Like,
I like Mexi on your chat, man. He's hilarious.
yeah,
But listen,
Mexi's awesome. I love Mexi.
yeah, he's hilarious. But listen, so
Yeah,
this is
there,
my
like-
thing. I'll put a seed of thought in your head, and maybe you can think about it a little bit.
Okay.
And you tell me maybe you've heard this argument before or not. But let's say you have a bunch of wood. You want to make a boat, okay? You want to make a boat. You get a bunch of wood. You get all the nails. You get a hammer. You sit next to the beach. You put all the equipment down. Then you walk away and you leave. How many years is it gonna take for the boat to make itself?
It's not gonna make itself. It's not sentient.
No, but you have everything. You put it next to the beach. The water is touching it, so it's moving the woods. Maybe a nail will fall in the right position. What's the probability of a nail falling perfectly in line?
It's
and a
not
hammer-
probable at all. Yeah,
And a
it's-
hammer to fall right on its head and land and perfectly create a boat.
it's not probable at all.
Is it more probable for a boat to be created if I sit there, engineer, create drawings, and actually bring people that would do the work, or maybe I'm so powerful myself, I have huge hands, I can do the own work. It'll take me a little bit of time, maybe
Yeah,
6 days,
you
like
can
it says
make
in the
it.
Bible.
Sure, yeah.
Like it says in the Bible, 6 days. Like think of them 6 long periods of time. Like one was the earth was smoke, one was the earth was fire, one the earth started getting polluted with land. So this is how you have to think of life. So no matter how many pieces of wood, no matter how much nails you bring, no matter how many hammers you have, if you leave it alone, there's no engineer, there's no somebody to sit on top of it, put the time, put the effort in this physics-based world, it does not create itself. Nothing can create itself. Not even
Yeah.
if it's perfect.
Well, we
not
didn't.
Not even if it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like we got all the wood we need. We got everything. We're all stardust. We're all wood. We got everything. We just need somebody to grab us, put us together. It will never. How many years is it gonna
Well, that's different than evolution. Like that, evolution was like a genetic accident that just happened, and over time, there became like sentient
take? Mexican.
beings. So
Mexican, you're my fellow. You're my man. But yeah, like my question is, does that help you think in any way? Like, does that make sense
No.
to you? Like, it's very hard to create something out of nothing. It's
okay.
almost
Yeah.
impossible. It doesn't matter time. Time doesn't matter. Time is actually a non sequitur. It's a non-variable in this equation. We're talking about an equation that doesn't care about time. Can you believe that?
Okay. All right.
So what can create
Well,
life if
I
it's
mean-
not time?
Like you're trying to make the boat on purpose, but the evolution, the origin of the species was like an accident that happened, and no one like planned it. It was just
I know, but there's you know what DNA is, right?
yeah.
It's literally information. It's words. It's literally genetic coding on how to build this person. That means a creator, an engineer, wrote the code in the DNA, and that's how every single piece of human species. Now you're right. We don't look alike, but the form is almost identical. 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nose, 1 nose, 1 mouth, and it's
that's
almost
evolution.
identical. No, why is it evolution? Explain to me why is it evolution.
Because
when did you ever?
things evolve over time, and they evolve to their environment. So that's why we have like eyelids, so we can, shut our eyes when we need to, so something doesn't like hit us right in the eye. Like that's why animals are doing
that's
the
not
same
evolution.
thing. Yeah,
That's not evolution. That's natural
animals are
selection.
also evolving.
That's not
over
evolution.
time.
That's natural selection. That's natural,
Natural
selection. Natural
selection.
selection is for a brown moth in a desert. It's harder for animals to find her, so the white moth is gonna get eaten easier. So only brown moths stay in the desert. That's natural
Okay.
selection. But the moth never becomes a bee.
But
the moth never turns into a dog, which is evolution.
Right, well, that's not how evolution works. A moth doesn't turn into a dog. Over time, a species becomes more adapted to its surroundings, and then eventually it's, you know,
I'm just
something that
pointing out.
can exist.
I'm pointing out the natural selection fallacy. A lot of people think evolution is connected to natural selection. They're not.
Well,
They're
yeah,
not.
I don't know.
Evolution is something, and
It
natural
doesn't
selection is
need
something
to be
else.
to make it evolution true. Like,
I just want to know when did a dog become a cat or a cat become like
that's
this
not
creation,
what evolution
like,
is.
you're telling me evolution is a fish becoming a human being or a monkey becoming a human being. Show me. Why is there still monkeys then?
What? Because we weren't really monkeys. They're a different species. Like, we were a different species that were similar to monkeys, but we weren't the same monkeys that are alive today. It was something totally different, but it was comparable to monkeys.
My thing is, if evolution was perfect, monkeys would not be existing.
Monkeys are evolving too.
Neanderthals already got deleted. Neanderthals already got deleted. Monkeys should be deleted. I don't know why they still exist.
Yeah, it was apes. Not monkeys.
There should have been a full evolution completed already. And why is there still fishes? Why is there still a certain amount of bacteria? You get me? Like, and the thing is, evolution is something we can never ever see. You can never what's the word I'm looking for? Man, when you see something is happening in front of you.
What?
You can,
well, because it takes so long. Evolution takes so long that you can't just like watch it. But like scientists have, you know, found artifacts of evolution and have proven that that's how we became, you know, humans.
I don't hate monkeys, man. Your team, they think I hate monkeys. I really don't hate monkeys.
I think they're just fucking around, yeah.
I love monkeys, man. Monkeys are cute. They got big red booties. I like that shit. But they're cute. They're funny. They got big ears. They're so annoying though. But the thing is, there's a little bit of inconsistency in the story of evolution. My story is almost perfect to me. Makes total sense. I've never seen a boat create itself out of nothing.
Okay.
There's literal information, literal words, literal letters in the DNA, literal letters, genetic code. They call it genetic code. It's literally letters, TAGC, and I just can't believe that this is a random occurrence, something that fell out of the sky. You know what I mean? It has to be. Does that make any sense to you? Am I actually this delusional?
It makes sense, yeah, because we've evolved over time and we became what we are today, like over millions and millions of years.
Well, why? Okay, so look. By the way, I really appreciate atheists, and to me, I think you give me some atheist vibes. You've completed the half of the commandments of becoming a Muslim. And you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
We don't get baptized. We don't get baptized when we become Muslims. When we actually follow the orders of God, whatever He tells us in the Scripture. You know what we say? We say there is no God but God. There is no God but God, and Muhammad is His messenger. That's all we have to say when we become Muslim. You've completed half of it. You said there is no God.
Yeah, I'm halfway there.
You said there is no God. Now you just gotta finish that. And it's very clear.
I just said I don't claim to know what happens after you die. Like a lot of people, like I don't know. Like I just don't think that any of these made up gods that humans made up are real. Like I don't know what happens. Like there could be anything, but I feel like it's like before I was born. How like before you were born, you know how you don't like remember anything. There wasn't anything. It was just nothing. Like I feel like that's probably what it's like when you're dead too. I'm just guessing because I don't know. I don't claim to know. Like religious people claim that they know what happens.
I know. You've died twice and you lived twice. You've lived once before, as a soul. You've died. Now you're living again, and you're gonna die again. Yeah, I know a lot of things that you don't know. I know as a religious person, I know it's almost impossible for you. But I know the secrets of the universe. Ask me anything.
You know the secrets of the. How do you know? How do you know
I know
all
the
this?
secret of the womb. I know the secrets of the universe. It's all in the scripture. Ask me anything.
I mean.
Ask me what's the meaning of life.
There is no meaning of life.
Ask me, what's the meaning of life?
All right, what's the meaning?
The meaning of life is to worship a creator.
That sounds pretty lame, dude. I don't know.
But
Why
you,
would-
the problem is you think
Why would it
worshiping is
need
sitting
it
down.
to worship? Yeah. Why would it need you to
You think
worship? It?
worshiping is sitting down on your knees and begging and supplicating. Worshiping, if you do everything the right way, is worshiping. You know, skateboarding can be worshiping God. Going to the supermarket is worshiping God. When you treat people
Okay.
with respect, when you do the things you're supposed to do, as like God tells you, he tells you stop adultery, stop lying, stop cheating. That's worshiping Him. When you and this is all the reason you exist. When He tells you only get to pray, you only get to mess around with your wife, and if you don't, if your wife is not enough, get another one. If she's not enough, get another one. If she's not enough, get another one. If these four are not enough, divorce one, get another one. And He tells you, as long as you do whatever you want to do according to my teachings, you are worshiping me and you can live your life. That's what it means. It's not sitting down on your knees and worshiping. You could be skateboarding and be worshiping God. You could be in the swimming in the pool and worshiping God. If you covered your for example, if you cover your belly button and up to your knees, that's worshiping God. So this is how you worship God. You worship God by following His commandments. You think worshiping God is sitting there and being on your knees and crying out to God. That's not necessarily worshiping God. That's not the only way you can do that. Worshiping God is just following His commandments.
Okay,
And it
but I
gives you a
don't
beautiful
believe
life.
that God is real. So
I know, but you recognize that lying is wrong, cheating is wrong.
yeah.
Maybe do you recognize doing drugs is wrong?
No. It depends.
Why is lying and cheating wrong, but doing drugs is not wrong? It's subjective morality, correct?
You're just changing your brain chemistry to take it places that it normally wouldn't go. What would be wrong about that? You're not hurting anyone.
So my question is it possible for me to find somebody in your community that believes lying is okay?
I mean, sometimes lying is okay. Like,
Yeah, to benefit yourself. So
yeah,
why did
if
you
the
say lying is wrong?
police
Then why did you say
ask me-
lying was wrong?
yeah, like if the police ask me if I have anything on me they should know about, and be like, no, sir, because
So why
even
did
if
you
I
say
do,
that lying was, then why did when I asked you that lying and cheating you said it's wrong but doing drugs is right? Why?
I mean, like I said, that it's lying can not be
Can
wrong.
save you.
Like,
Can save you.
yeah.
Lying can save your life. Cheating.
Yeah,
Cheating
can save
can make
you.
you a lot of money. Can make you a lot of money. Why is it wrong for you? You don't have objective
I
morality.
think just being
Why
a
is this
good
wrong?
person is, I
No,
just
what
try
is a
to
good
be a
person
good
to-
person, but
What is a
like,
good person to you? Back in the day, a good person used
someone
to own slaves. Is
who
that true?
doesn't.
Is that a good person to you now? A
Hell
guy that
no.
owns slave, is that a good person? So you understand
Absolutely
subjective
not.
morality will never be right. Do you see that?
Yeah, well, I try to be as good as person as I can
At this moment, but
Right.
no matter what you do, every moment in the future you're gonna be
Well,
wrong.
I'm
matter
not
what.
nobody's like perfect.
No,
yeah,
it's not
a-
perfectness. It's subjective morality. It's no matter how hard you try, forever you're always going to be on the wrong side of history, no matter what. Look at the people that used to have slaves. They actually thought they were right. They were morally justified. They used to use scripture to justify owning slaves, and now we laugh at them. We look at that. What do you think 100 years from now they're going to look back and laugh at us?
Yeah, good. I hope
who is
so.
morally-
Humans
So
should
who is morally?
humans should
who's
progress and evolve. You
So,
know,
okay,
like evolution.
So let's say we have slaves in the future. Who's morally correct? The slaves of the past or the slaves of the future?
None of them are correct. Like,
Exactly.
if we
Subjective
evolve
morality.
in a bad way, then that's bad. But if we
Subjective
evolve
morality.
for better, like we have, like
Do you
what
see why? Do you see why
we
your
still
purpose
need
is
to
worship
evolve
God?
for the better. Like there's still a lot of horrible, like racism and
Right.
sexism
Do
in our
you see why-
society
do you
today
see-
that we need to evolve from. You know.
Do you see how? Do you see how my point comes right back circle? This is why it's so important to worship God, because
Okay.
people think that they have the right objective, the right morality, but unless you're actually using the objective morality, the scripture, the God, you're always gonna be wrong. So God is giving you the answer. He's giving you the way to live your life the correct way. You stop drugs, you stop adultery. I don't care
I
if
mean,
you like lying.
okay.
I don't care if it's gonna benefit you. I don't care if cheating is good for you. You're stopping it. I don't want you to have adultery, even though you're so sexed up by everybody. I will give you other solutions, but you are gonna follow these. And to you,
Okay.
they're like, what? You're trying to shove me in a box. But really, maybe he's saving your life from being laughed at in the future.
Okay. Well, you were talking about Islam, which I don't know anything about, but I
I'm
grew up.
talking about objective morality.
Okay, but in Christianity, it is the Bible is pro-slavery, and it's okay with rape and treats women like property. So that's wrong. Like, so why would I follow something like that? That is not morality. It's horrible.
Let me explain this. Owning slave was subjective morality. In the Quran.
Okay, it's wrong.
You're allowed to have in the Quran, and I'm sure the Bible did. They tried to destroy slavery. Look, slaves always existed for all of eternity. But the Quran doesn't say just bring slaves in. They say if you find a girl, make sure you enslave her. And they used to let you have basically somebody was arguing with me. The Quran used to let you have sex with your slave, but why? Why do you think the Quran used to let you do that?
Yeah,
because
you shouldn't
once
even
have
be
sex
having
with
a
your
slave.
Once you have sex with your slave and she has your kids, she becomes your wife. You get me? Do you understand what it's trying to do? It's not trying to hurt slaves.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, they didn't have condoms. They didn't have condoms back in the day. Listen, it actually elevates the slave into you becoming a wife. So you have to understand. There's always a reason to why everything happens. Now, subjectively speaking, look, slavery is not okay.
Yeah,
but
it's
the
definitely
Quran,
not.
The Quran recognized that it existed. It didn't act like it didn't exist. It didn't say bring slaves. It gave you rules to how you treat your slaves. That's true. Somebody was arguing that, but it's not objective morality. Having slaves is not objective morality. The people of heaven don't have slaves.
Well, that's good, but in the Bible they do, and it tells you like how much you can beat your slave and all this shit, and it's horrible. It's wrong.
You know why, right?
They're not right.
Right.
Like that's not objective morality. It's
but
bad.
You know why? You know why, right? You know why it gave rules to beating? That means there used to be much worse. For example, the Quran gives rules to beating your wife. It says you cannot beat her with a stick over thicker than your thumb.
Yeah, you
and
shouldn't beat her at all.
No, it also says it gives you requirements before you beat her. First, it says talk to her. Then it says stop, talk to her. If she says no, stop having sex with her. If she still doesn't agree with you, then you're allowed to beat her. So it gives you rulings.
Well, that's
wrong. Well, let me finish. Why do you think it did that? Because back in the fucking day, they used to beat the shit out of their wives.
Right.
They used to destroy their wives.
Right,
so
humans.
the Quran was coming to save
not
the
God.
wives.
Yeah.
No,
humans
I'm
were
talking
doing
about,
that. And that's why they wrote it in the book, because they want to control people.
I'm talking about Jesus.
Make sure
people.
that women don't have any rights and you can beat them.
I'm talking about the Roman
shit.
Empire. No, I'm talking about Roman Empire and Jesus' people. They used to beat the shit out of their slaves. That's why the Quran comes and tells you how to beat them. Not because, it wants you to perfect the beating of slaves. It wants you to calm your ass down, because that's why it brought the
You shouldn't even have
thing about the
slaves. And then you shouldn't beat people either.
Back in the day,
Violence is bad.
Look at this guy. But you're gonna talk about not having slaves when literally that's what built America, man. You can't.
It was still wrong.
You have no ability to say no. You literally got this whole country built off of slaves.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have did that. It was bad. They were wrong for doing that.
You live in the country, so you condone that action. So
I don't condone it. I'm stuck. I don't have any money to move anywhere. Like.
Exactly. So just because the Quran.
I had nothing to do with that. Also, and I would be against it. Like if it was going on, like, but I wasn't alive when that happened.
All I'm saying is just because you recognize that there's bad, just the Quran recognized their slaves, doesn't mean it condones slavery. Just because the Bible recognized their slaves and how to beat them doesn't mean this is exactly why they exist. These humans exist so you can beat them, so they can enslave you. No, it's offering solutions to these worst people of the earth. You don't think they used to beat their slaves back in the Roman Empire? Why do you think the Bible came with those rulings? Why do you think the Bible came with those rulings? Because they used to fucking kill their slaves.
Humans wrote it, and humans are fallible, and they didn't know what they were talking about back then. Like,
that's true, but they probably used to beat their slaves a lot worse than how the Bible tells them to.
Probably.
Is that true?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So
either way, it's bad. Whether you beat them a little bit or you beat them a lot, like, it's wrong. So
that's what I'm talking about.
That book is wrong, which means it's not infallible. Yeah.
I agree with you. The Bible has concoctions in it. For example, the word begotten son, when it comes to the Jesus, peace be upon him, and God, that's a concoction. They proved it in the King James version. It's a lie. It never existed in the old translations, and this is a brand new concoction and only exists in the King James version. word begotten son in, I think, the James chapter. So you're right. I agree. It's been manipulated. That's why I'm only referencing the Quran, because I really believe this is the final the testament. You know, this is where I get my objective morality from. I don't get it from the Bible. I do believe it's been manipulated, but and it's very, and you probably won't be able to, but not because you're stupid or anything, but it's just because you don't have experience with the Quran. You won't be able to find any inconsistencies in it ever. So it's
I don't
totally a
know.
different book.
I don't know
So-
anything about it, so I can't like say which
So that's
way.
why I'm
I know
bringing you-
all I know about is the Bible, and I know
So
that
don't talk
that
to me
book
like
is
I'm a Christian.
horrible. I'm not. I'm just saying,
Don't
like,
talk to me
just
about it.
because you believe in that doesn't mean I have to. I still think it was written by humans, which are, you know, and it was a way to control people and tell them what to do and tell them you should live like this because they didn't have answers to a lot of questions back then. So people wanted answers, so they made these religions or whatever. But now we don't need that because we have a lot of answers that come from science, and you know, it's old, like, archaic shit. Like like I said, they talk about having slaves and shit. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's wrong. So which means
Yeah.
that book is wrong.
Okay, but you're so you recognize America was wrong.
Yes, America is wrong. Dude, I have
Okay.
a lot of problems with America. Yeah, I mean, that's why
Okay.
my screen name is what it is. Like,
All right.
I think
so
it's an
that's great.
a-hole country. Yeah.
That's great, but you recognize the Bible doesn't condone slavery.
Yes, it does. It tells you.
It says bring slaves in and make them slaves, and if this is a free man, make him a slave and stuff like that.
It tells you
Or does it
like.
talk about freeing slaves?
No, it talks about like beating them and how much you can beat them, and if you beat them until they die, then you're in trouble. But as long as they don't die, you're okay, and all kinds of horrible shit. Yeah, it condones it.
Okay, I really don't know a lot about the Bible, so I can't tell you. But
Yeah.
I really.
The only
yeah,
good
this
part
is what I'm
about the
telling you.
Bible is the Jesus story. The rest of it is horrible shit. Like, it's bad. I grew up with it. I read it multiple times as a child.
I at least made you think, right? At least made you think subjective morality is not the correct morality. There has to be something else, right? Because we're always going to be wrong forever. Always, forever.
Yeah,
Can you
but
believe
as
that?
long as we keep evolving, then, you know, we'll get closer to the truth.
What do you mean evolving? You're
Evolving
acting
as
like
people, like how we
George
evolved
Washington.
from people who had slaves to people who are against
You're
slavery.
acting like George Washington needed those slaves. I mean, he didn't need those
He
slaves.
definitely
could've just
didn't.
chilled.
That's what I'm saying. We evolved from George Washington to who we are now, where we're against slavery. Most of us, anyway.
But why? Why did? How? I don't get it. I don't know how we evolved. I guess we have better jobs. I don't know what you're
No,
trying to say. You're saying
because
our
we've
sense of
changed
morality
our
changed?
minds about
No, you're saying our sense of morality,
how we
which I don't
treat
believe that
people.
changed. Why did our sense of morality change? What changed us? How do you know that?
Because
How do you know you're not gonna get wrong again?
we became smarter by
No,
learning.
you don't have any record of that. You have no record that slaves were
mean,
bad. I mean, till now they talk
slaves
about how
are bad.
slavery and colonialism is good. It built America.
It's bad. No, that.
No, not all of them. They say that. I swear to God,
Well,
they say
those people
colonialism
were
is good.
fucking idiots. Whoever says it's good.
It's in the books of the 7th graders. I used to be a substitute teacher.
Well, they're dumb. Yeah, our books are horrible. Like our history books are whitewashed, and they try to act like America never did anything wrong, when we're literally like the bad guy. We're the gangster of the fucking world. We do horrible shit all over the world. We fucking bomb civilians. In Afghanistan, we were killing 5 children a day, for an average of 5 children a day for 20 years straight. That's horrible. And that doesn't even count all the adult civilians we were killing over there. America is a fucked up country. Like, it is one of the worst. It's not a good we're not the good guy. That's why we leftists want to change it for the better, but people are afraid of the change because people fear change. People are comfortable in what they know, which I understand, but we need to evolve as people and change for the better, because right now we're horrible. So, anyway.
Bro, your guys just banned me from the chat. I really don't get it. I don't know why they're hating on me so much. I got banned from the chat.
I don't know. I'm
Anyways, your mods are a little too extreme. But anyways, I am talking to lefties. They could be extreme.
Yeah, we could be. We seem extreme to people, I guess, because we want to change so much to make the world and our country better. But so that
USA
seems extreme to people. Yeah.
Man, I really like talking to you. I feel like we're absolutely like opposites. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah.
I bet you we're even the same age, but we're fucking like so opposite in thinking. I think it's our world experience, right?
Maybe, I don't know.
Or
I grew up in a very religious, family and household, and in like evangelical Christianity, so that kind of, I realized it was wrong. Like at a young age, I could tell that something was fucked up about it, and the people in it were bad, and they were fake and phony, and yeah. So I guess that put me on the path of where I'm at now. Yeah.
So which one of us do you think has got the right path? Which one of us do you think has the right solution to, like, which one of us do you think
obviously
is right?
obviously I think I'm right. I would believe something that's wrong. Like, I try to test all my beliefs and debunk all my beliefs, so that if I can't debunk it, then it's probably correct, you know.
All right, then help me debunk this. People are telling me the
All
FBI
right.
raid on Trump was a good thing. Can we talk about this?
I mean, well, I don't know. He was constantly committing crimes, so of course they're gonna raid him eventually. Like, he's a fucking like world-class criminal. Like, I don't know why you would expect him to, like. I mean, I actually didn't expect our justice system, because it's so fucked up, to hold rich white people accountable, especially like someone like a former president. But maybe they are, or maybe they're, I don't know what they're doing really. It's a big surprise to me.
I agree. So my biggest question is, and this is me, myself, maybe I got the wrong idea. This is how I internalize this whole thing. A lot of people tell me that Trump is a bad guy, he's a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, I don't know what he was indicted on first. Like, I don't know what criminality he did. And then the second thing is, I wish that the FBI raid was on something that can be a precedent for other presidents to get raided on. For example, if it was Soleimani getting droned by Trump, that's why the FBI is raiding his house, to stop him from droning more people, or to understand why he droned Soleimani, a general in Israel, in Iran. That to me is a perfect precedent that shows me that, like, for example, when Biden kills al-Zahiri with a drone strike earlier, now we can prosecute Biden.
I agree with that.
You get me? But when you so what was the crime that Trump did that you think is gonna leave a good precedent? See, this is how I think of things.
He tried to overthrow the results of our election and install himself as like a dictator, basically. So that's probably his main crime that he did. That, like, if they don't do anything to him, they're sending the message that you can just try to overthrow our elections and get away with it, and you won't get in trouble at all. Like, that's a pretty bad message to send to people.
So my thing is USA whole is I recognize you can see the bad in it, but you're happy that Trump did it. But you do agree with me, right? I do have a good point that it's possible they could have done this a much.
I think every president in my lifetime should be in jail for war crimes. So now
my question is, what was the crime?
Trump, but yeah.
What was the crime that you want Trump to go to be raided? Because right now the crime that he is getting raided for, and correct me if I'm wrong, is he let Americans use their constitutional right, and protest.
No, they
didn't do nothing else.
So no, they
literally the precedent is you cannot protest anymore. That's the precedent they're raiding this guy on.
No, it's not even. It doesn't even have anything to do. He had documents that he wouldn't turn over that were classified documents that he's not supposed to take with him, and he
Um,
took them all, and they wanted to get them, so they went and
so
got them.
that's the crime. That's the crime because you took documents. You think FBI
That's,
should be able
I'm
to raid
pretty
somebody's
sure
house?
that's why they raided him. Yeah.
To me, it was because somebody said there was January 6 crimes that he was getting raided
Well, I think he
on.
was trying to hide evidence of him, you know, get putting together the January 6th, like
True, right?
right on the
So you-
Capitol. Yeah, it was
Do
evidence.
you recognize? Do you recognize what that
evidence
means, right?
tampering or whatever. Yeah.
But you see what that means, right? That means that whoever, first of all, they don't have anything on Trump. That's why they're going to get it.
Dude, they have him
nothing
dead
on
to
him.
rights
They have
on like
nothing.
so many crimes. Also tax evasion and like he's he's done so much illegal shit that I can't believe that he's not even in jail. Like it's only because he's like rich, white, and he was the president that he's not in jail right now. For like if people like a normal person did all the shit he did, like they would be in jail for life for sure.
Bro, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. We're setting a precedent of allowing the FBI to raid people based on bullshit like he fucking instigated a protest. That's bullshit. That's my American right is to protest. Nobody
It
can
was a
instigate that. I don't give a
protest
fuck who started.
that tried to overthrow the will of the people and the results of the election. And he also like they raided the Capitol and were trying to kill like Congress people. Like they had gallows outside to hang Mike Pence or whatever. Like
Well, what about the argument that January 6th was a Fed operation?
that's
what about that
bullshit,
argument?
dude. It was chuds. They all had Trump hats and Trump shirts and they had fucking January 6th, Civil War II merch on them. Like they were selling merch for January 6th, dude. It was like it was definitely 100% all Trump supporters because he misled them and kept saying the election was stolen when it wasn't. And so they thought that he was like, going to be with them there. He said he was coming with them to the Capitol and all this shit. And like, so they thought that like they had the president behind them. So they went and tried to overthrow the results of the election. And you can't do that.
Somebody on my chat is saying if they already had something on him, if they indicted him, he would already be in jail. They wouldn't be searching for him. And Trump himself said that
They have a bunch of shit on
it took
him.
it took them 120. Sorry, it took them like 12 hours to search his 128-room house, and he's worried because they wouldn't allow his lawyers to be present. Because now they could be planting anything. So
Who has
so
a well?
the idea-
Yeah,
the
he's
idea
saying
is
they're
the FBI should
planting
not be
shit
trusted.
because
FBI
he's
should not be
guilty.
trusted.
Yeah.
FBI should not be trusted, man. Do you really trust the FBI?
I don't trust the police. I don't trust our justice system. That's why he's not in jail, because our justice system is corrupt and it lets people like him get off the hook for anything. Like, he could do anything. I hate the police. I hate, like all the people are saying now, like, defund the FBI. Like, we've been saying defund the police for years,
All right, Did you watch that Jimmy Dore tweet with Nina Turner?
ACAB.
Can we talk about it?
I don't know what Jimmy Dore did, but what do you do?
Oh, never mind. Then if you don't know about it, it's a little complicated. Nina Turner said she was trying to show that MAGA Republicans are hypocritical. She said that watch now, the MAGA Republicans are gonna try to go abolish FBI when that's what we've been calling for.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and so
They are doing
Jimmy Dore-
that. Marjorie
Yeah, yeah.
Taylor Greene is selling defund the FBI shirts right now.
True. Yeah, and you're right. There is a hypocrisy in there.
Yeah, they were
because, for
talking
example-
shit on us for saying that. Now they're wanting to do
Yeah,
it.
for example, if AOC got raided or something, they would be totally cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, I get that there might be.
If
some
AOC was
sort of-
like doing a bunch of crimes and shit, then yeah, she'd get raided. Like, and people
Yeah,
would be
and
cool
they
with
would
it.
be okay with it, but it's because they're
Sure.
Donald Trump. That's why they're mad. So I get the hypocrisy, but
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Dore's point was that instead of taking this moment to unify with the Republicans, with these MAGA Republicans, with these right wingers, instead of unifying with them and taking a moment to just be. Oh my God! See, we've been calling out to abolish FBI and police for so long. Now you guys finally see it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. She sat there and talked shit to them and divided us like to left and right.
Look,
She started
if-
calling us left and right.
If
And
they
to me,
want
I
to
don't trust
defund the
anyone.
police, I'm all about it. I've been saying that on the stream. Like, if now they want to defund the police, let's fucking do it. Like, yeah, I'm totally down
Yeah,
with that.
and
Like,
so Jimmy Dore responds. He says, "Well, look, a Democrat. Leave it to Democrats to sit there and be pro FBI, just to call out the hypocrisy of the right." And so she went and called him anti-black. It's fucking insane. I can't believe that just happened, bro. It literally just happened.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what the fuck Jimmy Dore was saying. Like, Jimmy Dore is, I don't think he's very credible whatsoever. So I don't know.
I'm trying to get you to agree with me that raiding the FBI raiding that house is setting a really terrifying precedent.
I don't think it is. I think we should hold all the politicians accountable if they commit crimes. Like, we should raid all the. I hope we do start raiding all the politicians' houses if they're fucking doing crimes. Like, 100%. Like, raid Hillary Clinton's house. Raid fucking all of their houses. I don't give a shit. Like, do it. Good. I'm glad this is happening. Like, this is awesome. This is what I always wanted to happen. Like.
The only reason it's okay is because our politicians are so corrupt. But
yeah,
if it was in any just world, it would be a crazy thing, right?
Yeah, they're corrupt as fuck. So exactly, like, raid them, especially Trump. Like, he's the most corrupt. Like, that's why they're doing it, because they can't even deny that he's like not. He's got dead to rights in so many fucking different like felonies and shit that they can't even like deny that he's, you know, a criminal anymore. Like, they have to hold him accountable for something.
Yeah, Red Rust. The president is terrifying because now they can raid an ex-sitting president on colluding on charges on allegation that he started a protest American people decided to be in. You know, like as if a president is gonna pull me out of my chair and tell me, "All right, now is your time to go protest." As if I'm gonna do that.
That wasn't
my right.
just a normal
my
protest. They were like coming for
It was a normal. To me, it was a normal protest.
I mean, they had gallows outside. They were raiding the Capitol. Like, they were. That's not. They were trying to overthrow the.
Raiding the Capitol.
They lost an election, so they tried to overthrow the government.
Raiding the Capitol happened all the way at the end, right? It was at the beginning. It was like 10,000. It was a huge amount of people, and they were all hanging out, and they were all like
and then
anti-democrat.
they still went in.
They have the right to be they have the right to be anti-democrat. You yourself,
Hell
you said
yeah.
you're not a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
All right. So my thing is
that doesn't mean they can
wrong.
overthrow the will of the people and the results of the election, though.
The thing is, Trump never said go into the Capitol and raid it. That's not something.
Yeah,
he said.
but
They're
he
never
said
gonna be
if
able to
we
catch
don't take back our country, we'll never take our country back with weakness, and
True.
He vaguely stated like we need to overthrow this election, basically.
Okay, did he kill Soleimani? Yes or no?
Did who?
Soleimani. Did he use a drone strike to kill Soleimani? Yes or no?
Trump?
Yeah, Trump.
Drones? I don't know. I don't remember that situation.
100%. The story is his administration killed Soleimani, and he was.
I thought it was
okay. The strike.
Was it okay? Then yeah, I guess so. I forget.
So why didn't they catch? If this is the clear.
That was the journalist or who? Wait, I forget who that was.
No. Soleimani is a general. No.
Right.
The journalist is Saudi Arabia.
Right.
And,
the Saudi. Yeah. Okay.
The Irani was the general. And
the military
they shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he.
We do war crimes constantly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do war crimes exactly. So why the fuck didn't they catch him on the war crime? Why are they catching him on
because
people protesting?
They don't hold. Our justice system is fucked up.
USA. I just want to know: is it possible that my concerns have a real reason to be there? Like, is it? Am I that crazy? Can you please explain?
If
am I
you
actually
think
crazy?
that we should hold people accountable for the war crimes than we do, then yes, 100%, I agree. Like, if we should hold all the presidents accountable that committed war crimes, which is all of them in my lifetime.
That's not what they're doing. They're trying to hold this president accountable so they never incite, they never
Try to
incite-
overthrow the results of the election.
No, incite the fire within the people to protest. I mean,
you
we
can
are
protest,
the people,
but
man.
you
We have
can't
the
go
ability
into
to
the Capitol and fucking try to take it
Why
over.
not? Why not? You saw what happened in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, well, Sri Lanka is a whole different.
You don't think they're
situation.
gonna get changed now in Sri Lanka?
I don't think they are actually.
What do you think is
I
gonna
talked to Arun about it, who was like he's not from. Not. I talked to someone who is like from there, and they said that.
Dude, nice GIF. I like
The
it.
the people. Thanks. It's a new one I just did today.
Dude, I need to fix my GIFs. I'm not joking.
Yeah, you should. Trigger fire. It's a good.
For real. I need to like do. I don't know. I can work better. I can work on them better. But anyways, yeah. Sorry. Go on.
Anyway, you should talk to Arun about that because he knows a lot more than I do because he's like from there, and he said that even the new people that they're bringing in are corrupt as fuck too, and so
That's true.
Everything's gonna be fucked, even though
I believe that. I
yeah.
believe. Yeah, because Nancy Pelosi went to.
So
went to
it
Sri
looks
Lanka.
based with what happened, but it's actually not because the new regime they brought in is fucked too. So
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So, I don't know, man. I can't believe we've literally disagreed on every single thing. It's kind of insane.
oh well,
That's
except
fucking
for I
insane. 'Cause
guess
I
holding
always-
people accountable for war crimes. We're both on the same page with that, right? We should hold.
Yeah,
them
that's true. That's
accountable.
true. You're down with Hillary Clinton and Biden going down.
Oh fuck yeah.
But you agree with me
Obama,
that maybe even
Clinton, all of them.
it's even possible. It's even possible those did worse crimes. Is that possible?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did. Yeah.
But they're not gonna go after them now because
Yeah, they never
the
go
only
after
reason-
them. Our justice system is fucked up. It's set up for people like them to get away with whatever they want. It's only set up for us to get like poor people is the only people that are held accountable for anything. If you're rich and powerful, and especially if you're
True.
white, then
Yes.
you don't get held accountable for anything.
Absolutely true, man.
Yeah, so them raiding Trump was I couldn't even fucking believe it happened. I was like amazed that they were trying to hold him accountable for something. I could not believe it.
True,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and defend Trump. It's just that I already explained my thought process on this. That they're using a really terrifying precedent. I wish they caught him on the Soleimani killing. That would have been perfect. That would have landed it to me that they're gonna do this to every other president.
Yeah,
But now
that's
I really
why
don't
they're
trust
not holding them accountable for that, because then they would have to hold every other
Exactly.
president accountable.
Now I'm terrified. Now the FBI can use any precedent they want. For example, they just went.
That's what they
into the-
always done. They always use whatever precedent they want to.
But the precedents they're using are getting more and more ridiculous. Like mainstream media.
They've always been
like,
ridiculous.
For example, they went into the
That's why we want to
ASPS
defund them.
Yeah, they went into the ASPS, the American Socialist Party, something. It's a group in Miami, I think, in Florida, and they are a black foundation, and the Uhuru is the Uhuru. It's their Uhuru house, and that's where they're like black socialists basically, and the fucking FBI raided their house 1 week before Trump. Why? Guess what the fucking reason was? We believe that you're doing collusion with Russia.
They was doing collusion with people in his. There was credible arrests in the Russian investigation. Like people were arrested. Like everybody
Oh,
likes to
you
call that a
believe Russiagate,
hoax
do
or a
you?
witch. Yes, it was.
You believe Russiagate?
Yes, people were fucking arrested. Like
Why was Trump not arrested? Why was Donald Trump not
because
arrested?
they
Donald
don't. Because he's the president. He was the president at the time. And
No,
I don't
I'm
know
saying-
if Trump himself actually had anything to do with it, but people like on his team definitely
Okay, so how
were
does that
colluding
prove
with Russia.
collusion? How does that prove collusion if he wasn't even the one that did it?
Because
He's not even-
No, there was other people who were arrested for the Russian collusion. Like,
That's true. Schlotsky says Mueller even himself said, "I will not. I will not indict Trump on anything."
yeah, because he
I
was the
could not find
president,
anything.
and they don't fucking hold.
No, it's because he
presidents
didn't find
accountable.
anything. Look, it doesn't matter if he's the president. Look, they went after his house.
Well, yeah, now they did because he's not the president anymore. But, dude, this is a surprise to me. I didn't expect this either. So I mean, I think it's good. I think they should start holding all of them accountable for everything. But we'll see what
It's
happens.
amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So did we get anywhere? Like, I feel like this conversation
don't
was
think so.
zero. Like,
Yeah.
nothing at all. Nothing, not even with God. I didn't
I
get to
didn't.
anywhere.
Nah.
Not even a seed.
Nah. I don't think so.
Fuck, man. Fuck. But you still talk to me at some point, right?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
talk
that's
again
good.
later?
Yeah, yeah, cause I gotta go. I just hit 11 hours on this stream, so.
Bro, you're a fucking gangster. Raid me, please.
Huh? Well, I already had somebody I was gonna raid, so.
Damn it. Lucky
Yeah,
them.
I don't
Alright,
think anyone
USA.
would stay. Yeah, stream anyway.
Come on. I don't know. A couple of your viewers actually showed up here.
All right, well, I don't know.
But anyways, it's alright. It's been fantastic talking to you. Thank you so much again. For
All right.
allowing me. Please, let's talk again in the future, please. Look, I'm very respectful. I just want to know how people think.
All right.
I'm not.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you. Thank you, USA.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right. You
Alright,
too, man.
Bye.
All right. Later. Yeah, I know you guys would be like, what the fuck? All right, we need a palate cleanser here. Here we go. Let's fucking go, babies.